Right, so in accounts receivable, right, we went through and demonstrated this, and we also talked about the net realizable value of receivables. And so we want to use historical data across these different buckets. So that means that we've got to start looking at our receivables and trying to break them up into these different buckets. So we're going to try a little bit of some data analytics. Now, one of the good things about having a .edu account is that you, as a student, have free access to Tableau. And we'll talk a little bit about how you can get that at the end of these one or two videos that we're putting together. But the first thing we've got to do in doing anything with data analytics is we've got to follow what I consider a four-step process. So the key to this is let's focus on what we are trying to do and what we're trying to analyze. So the four-step process and this is just the way I look at data analytics, the four-step process for data analytics is this. The first thing we've got to do is identify the question, right? Clarify what is the context question. So for this particular question, all we want to do is what is the aging of our accounts receivable as of December 31st? Okay, and I'm going to use 12/31/2018 because as it turns out, I've got a data set that we can do that with. The second the second point or the second step is we have to determine what variables we have, what variables we need, and what is the logic, right? That's what we have to, that's the next thing we've got to figure out. So that's our question. This is, we've got to figure out what variables we have, what data we have, what data do we need, and figuring out what's the logic. The third step is determining the right tool, and translating the logic into the tool. Right? Excel is a tool, Tableau is a tool, a piece of paper is a tool, whatever you want to do, right? It's data analytics, right? It's not about learning a piece of software. It's about learning this process. And then the last thing is we want to communicate our results. To the decision maker. Okay? That's the four-step process. So what we're going to do is, this is the question. We've already determined this is the question. So now we've got to go through and figure out step number 2. And this takes time. And we'll do an entire video just on this, and then we'll go through and actually do it in Tableau. And then maybe we'll see what our results look like.